Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Lunt, and with me, as always, is Frank the Tank Sullivan. Frank, what's up?
Hey now. You know
Hey
it.
now.
I'm here.
So how's it going, bud?
It's going great, man.
Yeah?
Everything's good, man. We had a nice big weekend at the Big E up in Springfield, Massachusetts. Ate a ton of food. Spent a lot of money.
That's a fair, right?
Yes.
For all the folks who
Yes,
don't know.
For all you out of towners or people who live in Canada, yeah, it's a big fair. For like all of like kind of New England. It's in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh wow!
And
So how far is that from you?
It's like an hour drive.
Oh, okay.
It's not that far. If you're going, I believe it ends like the last week in September.
Oh, so it goes on for a while.
For like 3 weeks, and they have like all sorts. They have a concert area too. Like I think like Leonard Skinner actually closes it out.
Wow.
But they have all sorts of. I know they have like Nelly up there.
Might have to go check it out.
I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, we had a lot of food, a lot of good food, man.
A lot of good food. Any fried objects?
And I was just talking to a guy I work with. The highlights of, at least for me, the highlights of the trip, we had a bratwurst burger.
Whoa.
That was on a pretzel bun.
Oh, you had me a pretzel bun.
With onions, pickles, and then they had like a nice mustard on it. And then we went with the fried Reese's.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, we've had the Oreos before, and those are good. But when you get the fried Reese's, I mean, we paid like $10 for 3 of them. Well worth it.
Well worth it. All right.
What?
I think fried Oreos are better.
I don't know. I like Reese's, like my favorite candy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a poll question on the Facebook.
Might have to, right? Reese's are or
fried Reese's or fried Oreos.
I bet you a lot of people haven't tried a fried Reese's.
Probably not. I never have. That's awesome.
No, not for $10. That's for sure. I would get another batch from them for sure. Anyways, how was your weekend? Good.
Yeah, man. Football, baseball, all that sorts of stuff, and we're heading up to Ithaca this week.
Yeah.
By the time this airs, we'll already be back. But my son's playing in against Ithaca, so
nice.
That should be a good game.
Awesome, man.
And my other son just won today, and
a lot of sports.
Going to cheer. Yeah, a lot of sports.
A lot of sports. How'd you end up doing in fantasy? Did you win it this week?
I did win. I won
last week, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
These past 2 weeks I've won, so I'm 2-0.
Same here, man. Same here.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy about that.
I had I just barely won. I won by like 4 points.
Oh wow!
I had the guy Tua on my bench. Yeah.
You had 2 on your bench.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still won, but.
How many points did he end up getting?
50.
50 points.
Yeah.
So I won by about 20, 25. But this week, I know you don't like projected scores, but the projected score is like even for me and my opponent. So we'll see how it goes. We're both 2-0. We're the only 2-0 people.
Nice.
The only 2-0 teams. So
nice. That's good. So someone will be 3-0.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Anyways.
All right. Cool. So let's get on with the show.
Yeah, go ahead.
This week we're going to talk about The Karate Kid. Came out in June 22nd, 1984. Box office info, opening weekend, $5 million. Grossed over $91 million total. Awards. Nominee for Best Supporting Role, Pat Morita. I can never say that.
Morita.
I
never figure out how to say it too, and I had to look up his
pronunciation.
Yeah.
He lost to I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say this one. So Hyang S. Najor.
Yeah. It's funny because I didn't.
Fields.
I've seen this so many times, and I never really looked up whether. I thought it was kind of not odd, but I didn't realize that he was up for Best Supporting.
Yeah.
So that's why I put that note in there. Thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that's a nice little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by John G. Avildsen, who did Rocky. Simple synopsis: a martial arts master agrees to teach karate to a bullied teenager. Let's see. Where did we watch this? I watched it on Amazon Prime. I actually bought it. It was like $8.
I told her we should have just bought it, but she was like, no. She's like, it's $4 because it was like $4 to rent it.
Yeah.
And then
the next time I watch it, I'll just pay another $4.
I guess you.
Yeah, but you watch it twice, and then it's paid for.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, let's be honest. We're
I'm
watching
not watching it. Like already.
We are. But yeah, it was on Prime. But
so before we get to my favorite episode, my favorite part of the episode, I mentioned this last week about Colleen watching the movie with me.
Yeah, did she watch it?
No, she absolutely does not like the Karate Kid, and that was because her two brothers forced her to watch it several times growing up.
When was the last time she watched it?
Oh, probably when she was a kid.
So
probably
maybe,
20, 30 years ago.
Maybe she'll have a different view on it. She has.
No, she's like tainted. She's tainted.
She can't watch it, huh?
So she's like, no, I'm not watching it. So that's we're 0 for 1.
All right, maybe next week.
Maybe next week. So, but that brings me to my favorite portion of the episode.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Frank's 5 facts. Fun facts. Frank's 5 fun facts. Frank's 5 facts. Frank's 5 facts. Fun facts.
Yeah.
You're the best
I
around.
love it. Never keep it down.
In case anyone didn't realize.
In case no one knew.
Steve got it.
I did
get
it.
He doesn't know who it's by. I didn't even know who this was by.
I think I have it in one of my facts actually.
Hold on. Let's see.
It's some.
I'm gonna say
rando.
Oh, it's a rando. One hit wonder.
Right here, right?
What did he say?
Is that it right there?
No.
Foreigner.
No, yeah, you're right.
Tell her I said
this
foreigner.
is called You're the Best. It's by Joe Esposito.
Joe Esposito.
J-Dog.
Hey there, Joe Esposito.
Some Joe Schmo.
I don't even know why you even have that little tidbit in there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
I finally got one.
About time. Half of one because you didn't get the artist though.
All right.
That's all right. We won't butcher you.
Ask her if she knew the artist before she looked at it.
Billy Ocean.
Billy Ocean. What did you say?
Tell her I said foreigner.
Okay. He's talking to me.
Okay. First of all,
he's going to ask you a question.
Okay, but you don't have to come at me like that.
What did he say?
No, tell her I said foreigner.
Foreigner, he said.
No, that was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
I'm talking about last week with Lionel Richie, right?
Oh,
Lionel Richie.
I don't remember.
I was gonna ask you something. I totally forgot.
You're like, oh,
that's fine.
Like Billy Ocean.
Let's move on from here.
Let's move on. Let's get the 5 facts going.
Yeah, let's get my facts. So the idea for the Karate Kid came from producer Jerry Weintraub, who heard a news report in 1983 about a scrawny teen being bullied who became a martial artist, which doesn't make sense.
Really?
Yeah. But I guess that's where he got the inspiration.
Wow. So it's loosely based on a true story.
Very loosely, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I like that the inspiration is, taken from real life.
Yeah. Fact number 2, the studio wanted to drop the drunk Miyagi scene, felt it slowed the pace down, but the director argued for it and felt that it was the scene that got Pat Morita nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, that was that was a good scene, man. What?
No, she got laughing because you don't like that, right? That's how I know. That's how I know. You can cut this out.
Side note, Cash Tan. Frank has his notes written down on his phone, and he's looking up the last names of these people because he doesn't know how to pronounce them, which is fine. And I was like, you should put next to it, Weintraub. It's like it says wine.
Yeah, kind of how it's pronounced,
like a phonetic, phonetic spelling.
Pat Morita. It says next to his name, like Margarita.
But that's how it's.
That's how you remember it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Like margarita. Just
why do you even need a thing for that? That's Morita.
Don't question my don't question my. You can go on another tangent later.
Tell her to save the tangents for later.
Yeah, save the tangents for later.
Okay, don't tell me how to live my life.
You could leave that in. Just shorten it out a little bit.
No, leave it in.
I'll do my magic.
Yeah, give you more work for you to do. Per Kasey.
Yeah. I love giving Steve.
Okay, so the crane technique, while basically fictional, is based on a real stance called the crane stance that is used in several traditional karate, kata. I guess it's different types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Tournament semifinalist Daryl Vital had a lot more involvement in the film. It was Daryl who came up with the crane technique, and he can be seen doubling Pat Morita when he is practicing the move on the wooden stump in the beach scene.
Oh wow!
He also did a lot of the other choreography.
Nice.
And he says he runs his own martial arts school to this day.
Oh,
so
cool.
That is if trying to explain, that's the guy who faces Johnny and loses to him in the semifinals. Yeah, and it's funny too because now, like when I got this fact before the movie, sometimes I get them after, which I'm kind of glad I did get it before because I actually on that scene you can kind of see that it's him. It looks you see the resemblance. Yeah,
the resemblance. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
According to Joe Esposito, "You're the Best" was originally written for Rocky 3.
Ew.
It sounds like a Rocky 3
which explains the lyric "History repeats itself." The song was rejected, obviously in favor of "Eye of a Tiger."
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, Survivor also performed the theme song for Karate Kid too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what theme song I'm talking about, but we won't look that up.
Yeah, no.
You guys can figure it out yourselves.
Email me when you look it up.
Yes. So now my last fact. These are some. We like to go over some alternate people for the roles.
Yep.
Charlie Sheen turned down the role of Daniel LaRusso.
Sheen?
Yep.
Really?
To star in Grizzlies 2, Revenge, I guess, a film that started filming in 1983 but didn't complete its release till 2020 due to several production and financial issues, which I've never even heard of.
What?
Yeah.
It started in 1983 and finally got released in 2020? Or finished in 2020?
Yeah. I guess it might have been one of those films that like the script might have been written, and then it may have gotten like tabled for another time for whatever reasons. Like I know, like Wolf of Wall Street, like that. I know that screenplay was like Leonardo DiCaprio had it for years.
Really? I didn't know that.
Him and I think Scorsese both had it for like years, and it got tabled for some reason. I think it might have been like also like the writer's strike.
Oh yeah. I fucking love that movie.
That's a great movie too. Yeah,
such a good movie.
Let me see here. The role of Daniel LaRusso was allegedly initially offered to Sean Penn. Sean Penn turned it down because he was trying to do more adult roles. Penn later said in an interview that he thought Ralph Macchio was one of the greatest living actors.
Wow. Yeah, because I think Macchio was like 22 in this when he filmed this, right? He was old.
I looked that up too. He was 20.
20?
I believe he was 20. Might have 22, 20, same.
Yeah.
But like he had like a few years. I think he had. I wrote it down. He had 4 years on Johnny, and then he might have been 22. I know, or something like that. He had 4 years on Johnny and 2 years on Allie.
Okay. She definitely looked older for a high school kid.
Yeah.
Like Macchio definitely looked like a high. You know what I'm saying? He could definitely pass for a high school kid in this movie.
Yeah, he still looks like he could pass for a high school kid.
Dude, the guy's fucking 60. He looks like he's fucking 30.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't age. I just say
no.
Yeah,
he ages very gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
But that was it. That was my fun facts.
And that was Frank's 5 Fun Facts. You're the best.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. First things first.
First things first.
First things first. Have you? I just was on another tangent.
Woo, woo.
If you want to plug the other podcast,
The other tangent.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to listen to tangents, you can listen to Casual Tangents podcast.
There you go.
Hosted by yours truly and Kasey Sullivan.
Yes.
Find us wherever podcasts are listened to.
Yes. Have you seen all of the Rocky? Now I'm talking Rocky. Have you seen all of the Karate Kids? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I've only seen 1 through 3.
Okay. I just wrote that down on one of my notes. I wanted to talk.
I really like Karate Kid. The first one.
And go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, overall, we tend to shit on the 80s and the late 70s movies, but
yes,
this one I think holds up.
And part of me was like, do I really want to watch this movie? Because like we just recently watched all 3 of them because we've been watching, and I don't think I mentioned it to you. We've been watching Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Yeah,
which is very good.
I keep hearing that.
You got to get into it. So they end up bringing back a lot of the characters from the second movie and the third movie. Not a lot of characters, but the main. Yeah, they bring back a lot of the main characters.
Okay.
From those movies, and so I was like, I was telling Kasey, I was like, now we have to watch.
Yeah, now you got to refresh yourself.
Now you got to refresh because she's never. I think she's only seen originally. She only saw the first one. And I think I saw the first. I think I've seen all 3 of them, but I couldn't remember the second one at all. But we had to rewatch all those. So we just watched it pretty recent, within like a year or 2. And after watching it again, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of glad we did. I was excited to watch it again.
Yeah, they're definitely classic movies.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I think being the best.
Yeah, I agree. The first one's the best. Yep.
The
third, I like the third one.
The third one, I'm trying to think of the third one because I know the second one they go over to Japan, right?
Yeah, that one was a lot better than I remembered it to be.
Okay.
They're all really. I mean, the second and third one are decent movies. I can't remember the one.
Remind me of the premise of the third one.
The third one is what's this? The guy Kreese ends up meeting up with the guy Terry Silver. He's like this rich guy, and he ends up like recruiting the other guy, Matt Barnes. He's like the bad kid of karate, and he ended up you know what I mean? They end up torturing him.
Gotcha.
And then I mean I can't really the fourth one was with I think I gotta correct myself. I think I said a different name. I think I said Selma Hayek or something. I think I said as I was listening to the last episode. And Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank is
in the fourth one,
the character.
Which I saw, and I've seen the remake too, which was okay.
That's the one with Jackie Chan and
Jaden
Smith.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Anyways, we'll get off that tangent.
So, let me ask you a quick question. Let's jump on another tangent before we dive into some other parts of the movie. Have you ever taken karate or any sort of martial arts?
I did when I was a kid. I can't quite remember the years. I want to say I know it was before 4th grade.
Okay.
Because we moved from New Haven to move to 2 different cities. And I know there's a few pictures like circling around that I have somewhere of me in like a karate uniform.
Nice.
And I think I got to like the yellow belt.
The yellow belt, the second one.
Second one. So I didn't go. No, needless to say, I didn't go too far. But
spoiler alert: you didn't get black belt.
No. But
yeah, I took Taekwondo.
Did
which
you?
Is
nice.
it's a similar, I guess. I can't remember. I was trying to think today of what belt I made. I want to say I made like green.
Really?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Something like that. Yeah, it was like second or third. Like definitely like the third or fourth belt.
I was actually thinking about because I was looking into doing something like kind of like the exercise rather than the gym. I was looking to do maybe something new, something like that. Not necessarily jiu-jitsu, but something on those lines. But I just couldn't find. I didn't look really that hard into it, to be honest with you. And a lot of the stuff I found were for like kids,
right,
kids classes and stuff like that. But
yeah, I know I remember like they had like some like very few adults. You know, like as a kid, I'm like, you know, it's mostly kids in the class.
Yeah,
but they weren't in our class because like you have to do like these tests and stuff.
Yep.
To like pass to get your belt, and I remember like adults being there.
Yep.
Doing stuff or whatever. But yeah, I took it. I probably took it for like 2.5 years, 3 years maybe.
How old were you? How long ago was this?
Oh, I mean, this was, you know,
when
I was
you were
probably
a kid?
in second,
okay.
third,
all right, when
fourth
you're a
grade,
kid, all
something
right,
like that, fifth grade, I don't know.
Yep,
something like that. So yeah, no, I was thinking about that during the movie and make sure I wanted to ask that. So yeah, so Frank, tell us your thoughts, bro, about this movie.
I loved it. It's a good movie, man. Like I said, Pat Morita, you know, he plays that role so well. You almost want to have him like be like your mentor, and
oh yeah, he's a great mentor type.
Every time he speaks, you want to listen in and like and see what he has to say.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely. Yeah, he's great, man. He's very calm. He's very collected. You know, you can tell he's been through a lot in his life. He's like very wise.
Yeah, very right. Yeah, I mean, he has been. I mean, he also was he was in the war.
Yeah.
And you feel like he takes a minute before he says something. He takes a minute to think about what he's going to say, then he says it.
Yeah, exactly.
I also wrote down like, and this has been like the running gag is like, I kind of want a bonsai tree to put up in the house, and she won't allow it.
No, why not?
You know her. She tripping with her fall decorations. She decorates the whole house with fall decorations and chicken shit all over the place. Chicken decorations and I can't have a 6x6 area for a little bonsai tree.
So you can just groom it and very
I mean it's give us a little zen, but what do I know?
A little zen. You need one of those sand gardens too, where you rake it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a given.
Yeah, I don't have a green thumb. I'd probably end up killing that bonsai tree, bro.
She probably
not on purpose, but just I'm horrible. I'm horrible with yard work. I'm horrible with weeding, with weed whacking, all that shit.
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mowing a lawn. I pay someone to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I envy you on that one, bro. When I get rich, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is pay someone to do my lawn.
I'm not rich at all, but I still find a way.
So yeah, what do you think about the characters? What do you think about like Johnny? Johnny's like the typical '80s like I feel like
douche.
This defines the '80s. Bully. You know.
You know what's funny? I guess I heard that he still has that red jacket that he wore in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he ends up spoiler alert for all you people who watch Cobra Kai. He ends up breaking it out in Cobra Kai. I don't know if that's the same jacket or not, but who knows?
Really?
It could be. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny's good. I like Allie. Allie's got that cute little, innocent thing going on.
Yep.
And I mean,
what the hell's her name? The actress who plays Allie. Shue, right? Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue. Yeah, she was also in Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yes, she was. A couple years later after this.
And then again, it's the mother. The mother in there is awesome too.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
from
know,
Jersey, from Newark.
Yeah, Newark. Yeah, he doesn't have a father, which it's, Mr. Miyagi ends up filling that role.
Yeah. Absolutely. I
So
don't
the
know, man.
characters were cool.
What do you think about some of the shit that they were doing to him, that they were fucking with him with?
Rough, man. I mean, the thing is, like, he can't just roll over and just let him pick on him. So he's defending
he didn't
himself.
though. He really didn't.
Yeah.
Even from day one on the beach.
So, and here's a funny little other tangent. There's this running debate, and you can look online too. I think it's probably YouTube, or even in Cobra Kai, he's talking about who started the actual, like, the beef, because there's, like, if you look into it, and if you also hear it from Johnny's from Johnny's side, he started it all.
Who did? Danny LaRusso?
Yeah, he started it. He's like, yeah, I was just standing there talking to my girl, and this guy comes up and
nah, he was kind of rough on her.
And I tried to explain this as, like, Johnny's definitely the aggressor.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's funny when you hear him tell the story in Cobra Kai, you can totally see how he, like, twists it. And
oh, really?
And yeah.
I gotta watch this show.
He's like, he comes up and he sucker punches me, which he ultimately kind of does, but he kind of, you know what I mean? He gets pushed to the ground on the beach.
Yeah, he gets put on the beach, and he friggin' he's just defending himself. He gets up and punches him in the face, and then he's like, all right, let's call this a truce. Let's call this a truce.
Yeah.
He's like, no, fuck you, bro.
Yeah. No, they were pretty rough to him.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about these kids who were supposedly, who were hanging out with Danny?
Oh, they bail on him immediately.
They fucking bail on him.
I wrote that too. Like, and it's funny too because the kid that lived in the apartment.
Yeah,
he meets
apartment 17.
He meets him, and he seems like he's best friends.
Yeah,
Like after like an hour, which I don't know if you noticed, the old woman in that scene is the old woman from Happy Gilmore. She plays the grandmother.
Oh yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering who that was.
But he makes friends really quick. They're playing soccer or whatever, and then they just. And he ends up getting pushed down. He ends up getting beat up, and then he's like,
he gets the shit kicked out of him, and then they're like, fuck this guy.
guy.
It's not even like they were going after, like the other bullies were going after these kids.
Yeah.
They just stood there and let them get the shit kicked out of them. All right, that's one thing. But then to just tell them to go.
They probably know who they're fucking with. That's why.
Yeah, right, exactly. And they're probably like, oh, well, this guy's fucked, so we're just going to fucking let him get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
No, it's wild.
And then they see him the next day in gym class or on the soccer field or whatever, and they're like, hey, Karate Kid. Then you think, like, they're going to, like, be boys with him, and then they're like, nah, fuck this guy. Again.
Yeah, no, they don't care for him. No, I know.
No. So yeah, man, you feel bad for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a new kid in town. He's pretty personable, and like he's not shy or anything.
No.
He's like talking to people, and he's talking to Allie and everything.
A lot of the it's funny too because a lot of the music on the beach was funny. It was like a typical 80s.
Oh, this is like all 80s.
All 80s,
all
yeah.
the time.
100%, yeah. I was gonna say, what about the scene at the dance?
Oh my God, when he's a shower curtain.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I didn't catch it all the times I've watched it. I didn't catch that Mr. Miyagi was the one that made him the costume.
Oh, okay.
Because you see, if you look at the scene before that, if you look in the background, you can see like the shower ring and the shower.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Little fun fact.
Never noticed it until just now.
Yeah, so all the Cobra Kai kids are skeletons, fucking smoking up and rolling doobies.
Rolling doobies, yeah.
Rolling doobies in the bathroom. But Daniel, man, he tries to hold his own. You know? He gets the shit kicked out of him.
And Allie trips like all of them, which obviously they all go toppling down. They hit the ground pretty friggin' hard.
Yeah. They probably got fucked up.
And there was another funny scene, another funny thing when he's running on the street in the Halloween costume.
Yeah.
You see his stunt double running the street and
Oh,
kind of
okay.
again, there's one of these things where if you pause it at the right moment, he's running in the street and it had us laughing. You can clearly notice that it's not him.
It's not him.
No.
Yeah. That's funny. Nah, man. And then Mr. Miyagi fucking comes and fucks some shit up.
He saves him.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because he ends up saying he's like I don't want to get involved, but he's like you already are involved. Like you literally just beat the shit out of 5 teenagers. Like you're in it now.
Yeah. Cobra Kai's no joke, huh?
No.
The dojo.
Oh, absolutely not. You can see the way he's running.
He runs a tight ship, and he's fucking hardcore.
Yeah,
hard fucking core. And at first, Daniel LaRusso's like, all right, he goes in there, and then all of a sudden he sees John. He's like, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah, he just turns right back around.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done. But what do you think? I know this is has nothing to do with the movie, but what do you think about the mom going out to a job for a job in computers in 1984 to California, and she ends up working at a restaurant?
Oh, I know. I actually never really thought about that. Yeah, that's weird.
If she just would have hung on just a little longer.
What is it, like a second job or?
I think it was supposed to be a second job, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh yeah." Well, because when Danny first goes to the dojo,
yeah,
then he comes back over across the street to the restaurant. She goes, "Oh, my there's a manager position. They want to train me for it 2 nights a week or some shit." She's like, "Oh, it's got so many more benefits. It's better than the computer job and all that."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, I get it. It's 1984.
You just drove cross country.
Yeah. Now, you just drove cross country. You picked your son out of school. He's got to make all new friends and all that shit.
I was gonna say, and he's probably like middle of high school.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the farthest you've driven?
I drove all the way across the United States.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I from New York all the way to Washington State. When I got stationed out there, so in between my duty stations. Dude, I have a crazy story, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was me and my buddy driving. Like he was in one car, and then I was in my Jeep Cherokee with a U-Haul on the back.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what's
lost a U-Haul.
No, I almost fucking lost everything. All of a sudden, it starts snowing. I can't remember. We're somewhere in the middle states.
Really?
It starts snowing, right? Because it's December.
Yeah.
And it's just barely a dusting, and all of a sudden, I just start spinning. I start spinning out. It was so crazy. I ended up going, on the wrong way, facing the wrong way on the highway. Man, I was like, my heart was just like, in my
Mason
throat.
We've driven to Disney, to Orlando, area. We went on our honeymoon, and it's funny. We actually, our car pretty much broke down.
Really?
And luckily, like I said, God was the big Lord up there was looking out for us. But because it could have been way worse. Like we ended up basically it couldn't accelerate. Like I was just driving. We made it to
Would you blow a transmission or something?
No, but on those lines, we ended up getting all the way to Virginia, like middle of Virginia, and I guess the cooling transmission fluid was getting too hot.
Okay.
And they had to get a cooling kit from Nissan.
Oh, wow.
But see, the thing was it was like a Friday. We drove all the way down. We ended up, we didn't break down on the highway. I pulled off the exit, and luckily there was a garage right there, right off the exit. Pulled in there, talked to them. So it was Friday. Oh yeah, the cooling kit's not going to get here till Tuesday.
Ooh.
Mind you, we're supposed to be in Florida tomorrow.
Right.
So we ended up taking an Uber to the next town over to an Enterprise and rented a car, and ended up just driving back down and then leaving it there, and then picking it back up on the way back back home.
Wow.
And like, and
that's
it's funny.
That's a lot of extra money you weren't planning on spending.
Extra money, like the time, because we were trying to drive like straight through.
Yeah,
we didn't want to stop, but like we were just so mentally drained and physically just tired, and like we ended up losing like 3 hours of driving time.
Right.
You know, by the time we did everything, but like I said, it could have been way worse. And you know, we gave Enterprise like our our sob story, and they hooked us up kind of. They gave us like a a big brand new Jeep. I forget what car. I think it might have been a Ford Explorer.
Nice.
For the price of a regular car.
Oh, cool.
They were like, oh yeah, you can return on empty, and it was like full.
Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it could have been a hell of a lot worse, but thank God it did.
Yeah. Wow.
But
damn. Yeah, driving long distances is crazy.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
No, I know it's stupid, but
and they're at the beginning of the movie. It's actually a pretty long. They actually took like pretty long to like get the movie going. Like this opening scene is like 3 or 4 minutes long.
Yeah, you're right. And the funny thing is we kept laughing about how they're starting the car, or
yeah.
They got to pop it in neutral.
Yeah. Pop the clutch or something. Push it and pop it.
And I was like, it happens on him and Allie's first date. I was like, oh my God, kill me now. And it's funny too, because like they sit in the front seat with her in the bench. Then I was like, you would think they would maybe like, let's go in the back seat by ourselves.
Yeah.
They just, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But
here's a little side tangent. Do you know how to drive stick or
no?
No,
absolutely not. I think
Frankie.
We might have mentioned this too.
Yeah. I don't remember. We're 18 episodes deep, man. We've gone over a lot of stuff.
Yeah, probably on Days of Thunder we probably mentioned it.
Oh yeah. I know how to.
What was your first car?
It was a Toyota Corolla, and it was a stick.
Really?
It was manual. Yeah.
Wow. What year was it?
1988.
88?
Yeah, bro.
Not too bad.
It was only 10 years old at the time because I got my license in 98.
I think my car, my first one might have been like 10 years old too, because it was my grandmother's car, and it was a Plymouth Sundance, which they don't make anymore. Yeah. And it was a 92. But cool. It was like, but again, it was one of those cars that like had tons of had like 0 miles on it, because my grandmother would drive like back and forth to my parents' house and back and forth to the grocery store and church, and that was really it.
Yeah, like once a week.
Yeah. So it had low mileage on it.
Yeah.
Let's get in. Let's talk about the whole training, because that's one of the things we talk about too, like the training montages, right? We'll package that whole thing in. Love it, right?
Absolutely love it.
There was a cool shot. I mean, a lot of the shots were really cool. Like, when they're on the beach, he's doing the crane.
Yep, he's on the pier or the post or whatever. The
post, yeah. I wrote there's another shot where he's on like the lake, and he's on like on the top of the boat.
Yep,
which was a really cool shot. Training.
Yeah, you know me with montages. You know I love montages, and especially if it's a good one.
I love the whole feel of his backyard too.
Oh yeah.
The with the ponds and
And he basically gets him to do all the grunt work with the sanding and painting the fence.
You're right. I gotta be honest with you. I was like the one time where he's telling him to paint this house, and he's not there in the morning, I probably would have just left and would never came back. I was like, this, because it seems like he probably would have too.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this. What about the montage at the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, and he ends up facing all of them one-on-one.
Oh, all the Cobra Kai guys?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, right? That's what you're gonna get into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he ends up facing every single one of them one-on-one, which was
including Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
I did. I forgot to write that down, but I did recognize him in that too. Yep.
Yeah. There's a meme out there about that too. I can't remember what it is, but that's
really, I have to look that up.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Something about him having to fight everyone, including Lamar from the Revenge of the Nerds. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, good. And then of course "You're the best around."
Yeah,
I
love it, man.
I was like, oh shit! It totally took me by surprise. I was like, oh fuck! I totally forgot about this song.
You know, I put a note here too. Like his mother doesn't show up to like the final, like the semifinals or like the final, like the
what
very.
The hell?
I don't know, and I know I'm sure those probably go on for like hours too.
Yeah,
those tournaments, but like you would think she would be there.
You think she would, yeah. Especially since it's her only kid.
Yeah, well, and apparently she needs 2 jobs now because she's a single parent and she's probably trying to struggle to survive.
True.
And you get the sweep the leg reference. Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Which is like referenced all over in other. I've heard it in movies and other TV shows.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
One of the other guys cracks me up too, and he goes, put him in a body bag. Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal, man.
They're brutal.
They really show no mercy.
Well,
none.
And he's hitting them with like all different spots without getting like any points.
Yeah,
he takes a beating.
Oh, Danny, absolutely.
Yeah.
He gets his ass whooped up and down.
Yep.
This whole movie he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he barely makes it through the tournament, man. He's all taped up.
I know.
Yeah, he gets all fucked up.
Do you think if he didn't come back in, do you think they would have still respected him? I kind of think they would.
What do you mean?
So like, if he was just like, I can't fight, I can't go back out there and face Johnny. I think he might have earned their respect a little bit.
Yeah,
you can kind of see it.
Just because, like,
yeah, you can kind of see it in some of their faces that they're kind of like sad or they're kind of like they're beat because they're beating up on him.
Yeah, and he just keeps coming back from war.
Yeah,
and then the I can never remember the fucking guy's name. The guy, the guy from Cobra Kai.
John Kreese.
That's the adult.
The Cobra. Yeah, yep.
The Cobra Kai leader or whatever.
Yeah.
And he ends up fucking yelling at the guys, and fucking they're like, "What the fuck?" Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah. No, you're right. No. Honestly, if you watch Cobra Kai, they kind of give him a backstory.
Oh, okay.
Learn a lot about him. But no, he's ruthless.
Yeah, he is. He's ruthless.
Trying to think of what else. I got basically Mr. Miyagi's whole philosophy is this balance is the key to life.
There you go.
With everything, with that's even too. Everyone's pitches work, work happy, happy balance, work life balance. Yeah.
That's a tough thing. Work-life balance.
It's hard. No, it is hard too, and especially with with COVID happen and a lot of people working from home, it's definitely been a struggle for a lot of people with work life. You know what I mean? It's like, you're here, you work all day at home,
right? And
you're home again. It's
it's
rough.
It's kind of like there's like you have to like define a line of like, all right, this is I'm done or whatever for the day, for the week.
I also wrote down too, like I've kept telling myself I wanted to do this, and I just haven't. The power of meditating could be very beneficial for everyone, and even too, because I've looked it up too with like meditation for like beginners. Even they say just even if you give yourself like 5 minutes a day, you just kind of sit there or sit down and just in total silence and try to unplug from these things we use in our hands 24/7, our phones.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny you say that because there's tons of apps that like are supposed to help you do that.
Yeah, you're right.
The Calm app.
The Calm app, yeah.
Which we're not. They don't sponsor us, but it's just an example.
If you're listening and we know you are, shoot Steven an email on where?
Locker Room Flicks.
That's right.
gmail.com.
We'll
plug it. We'll plug it away.
Anything else you wanna talk about?
Nah, you want to jump into reviews?
Yeah, we could do that. That's fine.
Is Kasey joining us for this?
Yeah, she's gonna join us for the reviews. Do you want to join?
Yeah, 2 years and I'll come in.
Okay.
She's got to make a grand entrance.
Yeah, I know. I think you went first last time, so I'll go first.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with a solid 9 on this one.
Okay.
I think I think the cast was great. The story is you've seen the story kind of I guess, where like he's getting bullied and you see him kind of come back,
right?
But and the action's good. I like Mr. Miyagi. I think you don't get much better than him in this role.
No.
And that scene with him when he's drunk, I think that I'm glad they kept that scene in because it was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I did like Jackie Chan as a Mr. Miyagi too.
Okay.
I think he does save that film if he's not in it. I mean, again, it's an okay film, but having him in it, I think made it a lot better.
I always liked him as an actor, Jackie.
Oh Chan. Yeah, and it's nice. I don't say you see, lately some of the movies he's been in, they're kind of like, you see Rush Hour, comedy.
Yeah.
It's nice to see him in something more serious.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with a solid 9.
That's good. What did IMDb give it?
7.3. Typical.
It's like the typical fucking.
Yep.
Yeah, 7.1, 7.2, or whatever. 7
and I'll say I did look up some of the ratings. Like somebody rated it like a 1, a 2.
Yeah, people fucking.
And they normally all those not because I've been looking up some of the bad ratings lately, and to try to see where people ding this movie on.
Is there any commonality?
Yeah, I mean, the people like when they shit on it and write paragraphs on there. I'm like, who the hell's got time to do this? A lot of them said it was, it's a cheesy movie, blah blah blah. It's the same. It's a cheesy '80s movie. Well, that's what it was. It was a movie in the '80s. Yep. And a lot of these ratings are their newer ratings. They're from like 2000, 2021, 2015. Wow. They're newer ratings. So obviously, that's what's going to happen. But
I think it stands the test of time. I'm going to give it an 8.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I bought it on Amazon Prime, so I'll watch it again eventually.
Well, again, it's one of those things where like, and I think obviously we don't have cable no more, so it's definitely had, and I know she'll still say to it that like we've seen it on TV, and I've definitely put it on.
And I've definitely scrolled past.
You have, but I've definitely put it on, and you know what I mean. And left it on for a bit.
Yeah,
but
it is. It's good to leave it on, and maybe for a little background, and if you're doing something, folding clothes or whatever, clean the house.
You ready to give your review?
Yes. So my review of the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Let's just start off by saying I'm Team Johnny.
There we go.
Daniel LaRusso is an asshole. He started the whole thing.
Hear that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. Danny, he was at fault. He was hitting on the girl. Johnny was just trying to protect his own, and he got what he deserved. He got that ass whooped. So I'm glad.
They were broken up, though.
But
no, I'm not good.
Yeah. Other than that,
the
movie was okay.
What are you scoring it?
Okay. Hold on. I was just giving my interpretation.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 7.9.
7.9. Okay, that's respectable.
It's it's a classic. It's a classic '80s movie. You know, it's nostalgia. Blah blah blah. Mr. Miyagi's awesome. Daniel LaRusso, I think, is a pain in the ass.
Would you rather see Charlie Sheen or Sean Penn? I can see Charlie Sheen. Sheen,
and I would actually rather see him. I don't like. He just
ask her who she would date.
Even in the new show, Cobra Kai.
Who would you
date?
Johnny
or Danny?
Johnny or Danny? Johnny.
And I don't even like blondes. And I fucking love him in Cobra Kai.
Yes.
He's like such an he's stuck in the 80s. Listen.
Yeah, I think that's got to be you guys' next show is Cobra Kai.
Watching Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and see, now that you just watched the first movie.
Yeah.
Now's the time to start it.
It's so good. Yeah. I don't even like those movies, but I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
I finally finished Ozark, bro.
Did you finally finish Ozark, huh?
Yeah, finally.
Oh my God.
Nice. Very good.
You barely had time to watch that.
I know. It's you guys busy, man.
And when did he watch The Karate Kid? 45 minutes before the show.
When did you watch it? On the
Tell him to mind your business.
Mind your business. He watched it on the train, probably coming home. Yeah. That's fine. I don't care when he watches it, you know. And also the other thing, he watched it by himself, so.
Yeah. Well, but there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that.
I did offer.
There's a reason for what?
You'll find out later.
Okay.
But so I guess that's The Karate Kid in a nutshell, huh?
Yep. I think it was a great movie and stands the test of time.
Absolutely.
What do we got for next week, pal?
Well, the polls went up. We've had dodgeball versus basketball.
Okay.
I figured I'd put those two together.
Did I vote?
You voted like 3 times for dodgeball.
Did I vote? She says.
Yeah. Dodgeball got 24-7.
Oof.
So
Oof.
3 of those are, which actually a lot of votes. A lot of people like dodgeball. So.
Yeah, I think people love dodgeball. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen it in a while, to be honest with you. I haven't seen basketball. I've maybe seen once.
I've only seen that once. That was what, early 2000s, right? Maybe even in the late 90s. I don't know. I'll have to look.
I'm trying to remember. Well, South Park's been out for years.
Oh, South Park's been out for fucking 30 years, right?
Probably.
No, it's got to be
because Simpsons has been out for like 30 years.
Oh, at least Simpsons was out since like '89, I think.
97.
Do we have to look this up? Let's see here.
I think it's 97.
What's she looking?
Looking up South Park 97.
I'm gonna say 97.
South Park was 97.
That me.
Base. Oh, let me check basketball.
Probably like 2000.
1998. So like right after.
South Park in 97? Yeah, I guess that's about right.
And what was I gonna look up?
I don't know.
Simpsons.
Yeah, I want to say it's 88 or 89 officially.
Oh, 89.
Damn.
There you go.
Christ. Wow. Well, so it's dodgeball. It is.
Dodgeball. It is an American underdog story.
Yes, sir.
Is that what it is? American underdog?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I gotta bleed my own blood.
Do we have any emails or ratings?
Oh yeah. It was on he Facebook messaged me.
Oh, okay.
He was busting my balls a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really long. He let's see, my 2 favorite scenes is when he challenges Don Johnson to a long drive. Now IMDb, The Color of Money, Hustle. Okay. So yeah, he's busting our balls about being, from the United States because he's from Canada, right?
Yeah. He gave me a few other suggestions with some movies too.
Yeah.
So yeah, even too, we'll breeze past. But a lot of the people who commented on our, their top 5 movies, I think you posted. On the group.
Yeah. I asked that. Yeah.
So whoever commented and put their movies, I put their movies on the running list of the movies that we need to do. So
yeah, we appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll get to it at some point.
Yeah, we will.
But don't forget, everyone, to follow us on Instagram. The Instagram's is blowing up a little bit. It's getting there. It's
we getting followers?
We're getting some followers. We're at 96 followers.
All right, let's break 100 this week.
Yeah, compared to what it was like 50 a month ago.
Cool.
And that
counts.
That reel I put up of the Moneyball scene, it's at like 600 likes. It's getting a lot of views too. It's let me see. It's at 7,000 views.
Let's go.
So compared to the other ones, which they've definitely gotten more views. Like the Karate Kid one I just put up is at almost 300 views. But the other one's 7,000. I don't know what's so different.
Yeah, I know, right? What the hell?
But yeah, so everyone follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Shoot me an email. LockerRoomFlicks@email.com. Gmail.com.
Hopefully some of these new Instagram followers are listening in.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, anything else?
That's it, bud.
That's the ball game.